Tav X, Hebrews, purity and becoming one. Y'all know we always give it a few minutes, see if any brews gonna come up in here. Hit the like button on your way in the door, Hebrew. Tav X, Hebrew. Hebrews. Purity and becoming one. Hope you all are being safe out there and having a wonderful day today.
One power. God's on the final hour. One nation, one power. God's on the final hour. One nation,
Hit the like button on your way in the door, Hebrew. Share this video with somebody, somewhere. And I got my email on the screen right now. That's my email, Hebrews. At some point within the next 30 days, I'm going to be going live, right? And we already talked about it before. I'm going to go live. And I'm going to have you guys come on here who are willing to tell your dreams. You're going to go live with me, and you're going to tell the nation your dream. But in order for that to work, I have to email you a link to that particular live. So I need all the Hebrew Israelites out there who watch this video. If you watch this channel and you see this video, you agreed to come on here and share your dream with us. Email me your email so that I can have your email, so that I can email you the link to join the live stream, which we're going to do in less than 30 days. We're going to go live, and we're going to have every single Hebrew who wants to tell the dreams that they had. You want to come on the channel and tell your dream to the world, we're going to let you do it. But you got to email me your email so that I can send you the link. Because all of that stuff has to be set up before we actually go live together so that you can be linked in. So there's my email on the screen right now, Hebrew. Make sure you take that down. Email me your email if you want to go live with me and share your dream. Not right now on this live. It's going to be on a future live that we're going to do in a few weeks, less than 30 days. But I got to give anybody who wants to do it, I got to give you guys a chance to reach out to me with your email so that I can email you a link. Hit the like button, share this video, Hebrew, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We're going to get started in about 2 or 3 minutes, okay? Just 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to get started, Hebrew. But remember, hit that like button on your way in the door. All right. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. This will be coming out of. And believe it or not, because of the Roman Catholics, you guys, many of you won't accept this book right here. Because the Roman Catholics told you it's not canonized. The Roman Catholics are the biggest liars on planet Earth. This is a part of the Holy Scriptures. Believe it or not, Hebrew. And you guys see the title of this video? You see the title of this video. The history of the destruction of Baal and the dragon, cut off from the end of Daniel. Yeah, you heard right. The history of the destruction of Baal and the dragon is supposed to be in your regular everyday Bible. But the Roman Catholics, decided to take it out. We'll be reading it today, Hebrew. And you're going to get more understanding today. Daniel had understanding. Them 3 Hebrew boys, they had understanding. And they were youngsters. Y'all, if we can only think about that. But y'all know, when I break out this book right here on this channel, usually it causes quite a stir. Sometimes people just disagree, and I understand that. Sometimes people want to start name calling, and I understand that too. People that want to come on and start name calling because you don't agree, those are what you would call foul-spirited Israelites. Yeah. Daniel had knowledge. And Daniel and the Hebrew boys, they were all youngsters, y'all. Daniel was like their OG, but Daniel was a youngster at the time himself. And those Hebrew boys was just younger than him, but he was a youngster himself, y'all. Oh, man. Shout out to Daniel and the Hebrew boys for holding it down and not backing down, even in the face of death. All praises to the Most High, you guys. Hebrews, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Break out a pen and a pad, Hebrew. Break out a pen and a pad, or you can feel free to always come back and watch this video as many times as you like. Okay, that's what it's here for. I put these videos up and I do these lives so that, number one, we can congregate together. Number two, you can always come back and refer to these videos at your own leisure, at your own time. I got to tell y'all something again, though, family, before we get started and do this reading, right? What I'm going to read to you, the history of the destruction of Baal and the dragon, cut off from the end of Daniel. You guys know Baal is one of the old ancient idols that the Israelites used to love to worship. Okay, the other nations worshiped Baal, and for the most part, even today, the majority of Hebrew Israelites want to be like the other nations. That's been one of our biggest problems, you guys, wanting to be like the other nations instead of wanting to be what the Most High made us to be. Now, before we get started reading this, I want to tell y'all about earlier today, right? Earlier today, I'm out here working, right? So I'm sitting in the car. I posted a video about it early this morning, right after it happened, because it was a sign, okay? The Most High shows many signs, you guys, signs and wonders. Some of them are great, some of them are small. The Most High will tailor make a sign and wonder specifically for you, one that only you will be able to see. Nobody else might be around, and even if they are around, they'll miss it. The Most High will tailor make a sign and a wonder specifically to you, because the Most High knows what's going on in the whole entire universe. And he definitely knows what's going on in your world, in your life. So he knows how to bring out the relevancy concerning all things. Okay? So he'll make, just like you go get a tailor-made suit, a tailor-made coat, the Most High will tailor make a sign and a wonder just for you. Okay? And shout out to one of my subscribers, an older guy. He said he's an uncle, and he got his 15-year-old nephew. Tavex to you guys, uncle and nephew, purity and becoming one. Shout out to you, nephew, for only being 15 years old and having eyes to see and ears to hear. May the Most High be with you, young man. And uncle, may the Most High be with you as well, because you two are both trying your best to be holy, to be different, to be set apart, to move different. And whether what age you're at, whether older, middle age, younger, it's always harder and more difficult to move different. But that's what you're required to do, Hebrew. And you're going to be rewarded for it. Not just after you die. Right now, while we are alive on this earth, the Most High will reward you. Okay? But you got to do your best to be pure before him. Do your best to learn his ways. Try your best to keep the commandments, worship and serve him only. And do your best not to give in to peer pressure. Okay, I'm speaking to that young 15-year-old. And shout out to New York, to the Boogie Down Bronx, because that's where the uncle told me y'all from. Y'all from the Boogie Down Bronx. So I know it's extra hard on y'all trying to stay focused, trying to be holy, trying to keep the Most High's commandments when you reside in one of the most wickedest cities on planet Earth. I know how rough it can be living around wicked Negroes and wicked Gentiles in New York City. It's the reason they call it the Big Apple. Even though we know the Bible don't say nothing about Eve biting an apple, but when you listen to the Gentiles, it was an apple. And the Gentiles, they want to be connected to demonic things. Just like the Apple phone, the iPhone. I didn't pay attention to it till about a couple of years ago. The icon for the Apple phone is an apple with a chunk bitten out of the side. Once again, the Most High never said that Eve bit an apple, but according to the Gentiles and according to the whole world, it was an apple. So the Gentiles came up with the Apple phone, the iPhone, and the slogan or the logo is an apple with a chunk bitten out the side of it, letting you know that the Gentiles prefer to be connected to evil. This is the kind of climate that we in, you guys. We need the Most High to do a rescue 911 mission. Let me tell you what happened to me earlier today, and then we're going to get into the history of the destruction of Baal and the dragon and why they took this out of the Holy Bible. Earlier this morning, right, I'm out here working. I'm sitting in the car, right? Anybody out there, we're going to keep it real. We know how so-called Negroes are. We know how so-called black people are out here, right? Not all, but many of our people, we hate each other, whether we know each other or not. And particularly when you see black men out here, you guys know how angry and aggressive and irrational and emotional and violent so-called black men are for the most part. That's why I was saying earlier on that video I made, you can't be friendly with these niggas out here. Because if you do, they're going to try to fight you, jump you, rob you, maybe rack at you, take your life. Because that's how black people act. Do I care how people feel about me saying this? Absolutely not. I know that the majority of so-called black people out there, you guys don't have a clue as to what's going on. Oh, shucks, King David, says Tom X, just got done eating some good fruits, tasting like candy when you really think on it. Fruits taste so good, more than sweets. Just sweets got drugs that get you hooked. Say it again, King David. They definitely got drugs with these sweets to get us hooked. But like you said, sometimes when I'm ripping into a piece of nice cold watermelon or some nice strawberries, I'll be like, yo, this is so sweet and it's so good and it's so nourishing. Can't make this up, y'all. Can't make this up. Family, you know how black men react to one another in the black community. I don't care whether you're in California, Texas, New York, Florida, DC, Maryland, Virginia, Kentucky, Chicago, San Francisco, Nebraska. When Negroes get around each other, they tend to act very unruly, very violent and malicious. Okay? So I'm sitting out in the car and some random Negro see him coming up the street, right? I profile everybody because that's how you're going to stay alive, being aware of your surroundings and profiling. I'm looking to see if I think he's a businessman, a businesswoman, a pickpocket, a thief, a killer, a robber. I'm always paying attention, right? I saw this guy who most of the world would say, oh yeah, this guy's a thug. He's a criminal or whatever, right? I saw him, right? And he had on a black shirt with white letters, and the shirt said, move different, right? So when I saw him, I looked, I ain't gonna lie, because I profile everybody. That's what's gonna keep you safe, brother. That's what's gonna keep you safe, sister. So when I saw this Negro, I was like, okay, typical thug. Not bashing this brother, but I'm like, yeah, I got my eye on this Negro. Like I told y'all, I live in the DMV. That's the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, okay? You cannot be friendly with these niggas out here. These niggas are grimy, slimy, treacherous for the most part. Now, every now and again, every once in a while, you might come across a so-called decent Negro. But for the most part, you can't trust a nigga further than you can see him. And some niggas, I wouldn't even advise you to trust them that far. That's how grimy and slimy these niggas are. The black community is done, you guys, in case you didn't know. You're going to stop being black or you're going to lose your life, period. Okay? But anyway, I saw this nigga walking up. He got this black shirt on that says, "Move different." So I'm like, okay, typical thug. He looks at me, right? I look at him. He said something, right? But I couldn't quite hear what he said because I had my radio on, right? I don't even remember what was playing, but it was up louder than it was. It was up louder than it needed to be for me to hear what he said. So when I saw that he was looking at me and saying something, I said, shit, I better turn this damn radio down to see exactly what this nigga's saying. I don't know this nigga. I know most Negroes hate other Negroes on sight, whether it's their first time seeing them or not. That's just how the black community works, for those of you who don't know. And a lot of you guys know this, but you're not going to be honest about it. I deal with reality. So he said something. I turned the radio down. I was like, what you say, bruh? To see, you know, what kind of, what we got going on here. Is this a friendly Negro? Which I doubt, because most black men are not friendly. I'm just keeping it real. He said, "Hey, bruh, have a beautiful and wonderful day, brother." I'm like, wow, man, I'm shocked at that because black men don't act like that. I don't know this nigga. He says that, right? So I said, "Hey, brother, you have a great day as well, my brother. Have a wonderful day," right? And I'm like, man, this nigga, I'm looking at him, right? So he walks in front of my car because he's headed somewhere. And I'm like, man, this is very strange because most black men don't carry on like this. Then as he gets on the other side of me, the nigga looks to the right. He looks at me again. Mind you now, he's black. You guys, if you ever been around black people, black men, you guys know for the most part, black men don't know how to act around each other without becoming extremely disrespectful and extremely violent. So this dude looks at me again. I'm like, this dude looking at me again? Mind you now, he don't know me. So he knows how black men act. This brother wasn't afraid to turn back and look at me again. And when he does it, normally, I'm telling y'all, under normal circumstances, I would have been like, yo, what the hell is this nigga looking back at me again? Now I'm like, you know what? He's about to do that bullshit. He's about to do that black shit. Now he's about to start talking crazy, maybe trying to rob me, maybe pull out that, I don't know, because I know how black people act. And I know right now there's some black person out there saying, oh man, he's talking down about black people. Nigga, I deal with reality. I'm used to other black people just looking at me, and all of a sudden now a nigga face fighting with me, mean mugging and stuff, clutching, like he about to, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. I can't make this up. Black men are not friendly towards one another. If a black, more than likely, sad but true, if a black man that you don't know, especially around here, just start looking at you and talking to you out the blue, 9 times out of 10, the nigga, he's up to no good. King David says, facts. I was in the hood going to my grandma, a kid 9 at most, said, nigga, get off my block. I haven't seen you around here. Throw your set up. I was in the truth by that point. Old me with a slide. You see that? Do you guys see that? Do you see how sick the black community is? King David, I thank you for sharing that with us, bro. Because I know it's somebody out there who's going to watch this video. They're going to be like, oh, nah, Mr. Real Talk. Black people don't act like that. Nobody acts like that. Maybe y'all never been in the hood before. And the hood mentality has engulfed the whole entire black community. Dare I say the whole world? Everybody wants to be on this black shit now. I despise the black community because it's filled with wickedness, idolatry, and murder. Okay? I'm going to read this again. King David says, facts. I was in the hood going to my grandma's, A kid 9 at most said, nigga, get off my block. I haven't seen you around here. Throw your set up. I was in the truth by that point. Old me would have slid. You see that, y'all? So when I saw this nigga, okay, come walking up, and he said something to me, and look, he looked me dead in my eye. I forgot to tell y'all that. Whatever he said to me the first time, I didn't really hear him, but the nigga looked me like right in my eye. And I told y'all, I could already perceive. My first thought was, as soon as I seen this nigga, oh yeah, typical thug walking up the street, typical gangster. And he said something to me. I said, oh shit, let me turn this damn radio down to make sure my life is not in danger right now. I don't know this nigga. I don't know what he said. At first glance, I'm like, okay, typical thug, typical gangster. And the nigga looked me right in my eye and said something to me. I couldn't hear it. I turned the radio down. I said, hey, what's up, bro? What you say, bro? He said, hey, bro, have a marvelous, wonderful day, bro. And I was like, wow. I said, bro, you have a great day yourself, brother. Be safe out here, right? And we're looking eye to eye now. You guys, King David knows what I'm saying. He just told you a crazy story. Anybody else out there that knows anything about the so-called black community, you know how dangerous and deadly it is to lock eyes with another so-called black man. That might be your last time locking eyes with somebody. That's how wicked and demonic most of our people are. You guys don't know. When a nigga come to you, be like, hey, where you from? You already know that nigga is getting ready to do the bullshit. If you black, you done been through that experience before. You done went into a neighborhood, or as we say in the hood, you done went to a hood that ain't your hood, whether it's your grandmother's house, whether it's your cousin's house, whether it's a co-worker's house, and niggas out in that hood are thugging, and they see you, they might be like, hey nigga, where you from? I'm telling y'all right now, if a nigga pull up on you and say, hey, where you from? You better get the fuck out of there, okay? Because I'm telling you what's getting ready to happen now. They're getting ready to rob you, jump you, and or kill you, okay? Crazy. But this nigga, as he turns and look back at me a second time, again, locking eyes with me again, I'm like, this nigga is locking eyes with me, and he looks like a straight up thug and a gangster. He's looking at me again. So I'm looking at him, right? But I don't feel threatened. I don't feel like he's getting ready to try to rob me or shoot me, which is very strange. Because when a black man that you don't know locks eyes with you and keep on saying something to you, usually shit don't work out good. So then he's looking back again, right? I'm looking at him. And then this nigga goes, he looked me dead in my eye, y'all, I kid you not. And he says, you know something. I said, what the fuck? Excuse my language. I said, what the fuck? Now I'm thinking to myself, I said, hey, bruh. So he stopped. When I said, what the fuck? He stopped, right? I said, bruh, hold up, bruh. I said, you know what? This is a sign right here, brother. I said, I don't know you. You don't know me. We never met before. But what you just said, I was thinking those exact words, and then you said it out of your mouth. When I said that to that brother looked up at the sky, held his arms out and was like, and just looked up and was like, basically like, God is talking to him, talking to us with a divine moment right now. I said, I thought it, but you said it out of your mouth. Why would that brother just look at me and say, you know something? Where is he getting that from? Somebody watching this video right now, whether you're on this live or this playback, understand what I'm telling you. This nigga looked me dead in my eye and said, you know something. I'm like to myself, you're correct. But how did he know that? And he didn't go into what it was that I know. And I didn't go into what it was that I know. But that brother looked me dead in my eye and said, you know something. And I said, hey, nigga, you know something too. Okay? I didn't go into it. He didn't go into it. But when we locked eyes, and y'all, I told you guys, sometimes the Most High gives me the ability to read people's spirit. I was able to decipher and read this guy's spirit to know he wasn't there to rob me. He didn't want to shoot me. Then he comes over to my car, reaches his hand all the way in my car. Family, I don't know this nigga. Black men don't interact like this. This nigga come to reach his hand in my car. I wasn't like, nigga, what the fuck you doing, blah, blah, blah. He was comfortable reaching his hand in a total stranger's car to give me a five and to dap me up and to shake my hand. And I was comfortable letting him do it. He reached in, I'm pulling him deeper in. Like we was, y'all know how the Negroes do with the, give you the dap, and then we do all the pulling in. He was on the outside car, a stranger. He could have produced a weapon or anything, because I don't trust these niggas out here. A lot of niggas be on that bullshit. But he felt comfortable to, number one, to say something to me, to get past me and to turn back, look me in my eyes again. Y'all know, by the second time a nigga looking you in your eye, nigga, the nigga ready to buck off or do some other foul shit, sick the goons on you. If you know, you know. But I'm like, this nigga looking back at me again, and he look at me dead in my eyes, and he said, nigga, you know something. And in my mind, I'm like, hey, yo, what the fuck? Now, I know something, but how do you know that? I don't know this guy. Hey, family, that was a sign from the Most High. And I told y'all, he had on a black shirt that said, move different. I'm talking to somebody out there. Move different. That was the sign and the wonder. And I told that brother, this is confirmation from me and from you. The Most High is doing this. His shirt said, move different. That's a sign and a wonder. And I forgot to tell y'all, right when that guy showed up, that total stranger, that was right after I just got through sitting in my car praying to the Most High. I forgot to tell you that part. Praying to the Most High early in the morning, and then some random stranger walks up wearing a shirt, looked like a straight thug, straight gangster. And y'all know the DMV is filled with thugs, filled with gangsters. I would have said, yep, this guy's a typical thug, typical gangster. Had on a black shirt that said, move different. And you know what? He was moving different. And clearly, Hebrew, this got nothing to do with me trying to toot my own horn, because I'm nothing. I'm nobody. But I do try my best to move different. Okay? And I saw another nigga out here with a shirt on that said move different. And he was moving different. I was shocked, because black men don't act like that with each other. I got niggas that I know. Some of them I wish I didn't know. That's how grimy they are. But this nigga, I didn't know him from a man on the moon. That nigga came up walking from my left, said something. I couldn't make out what he said, but since he looked like a thug and a gangster, I said, I better turn my radio down to make sure I know what's going on. And he said, hey, bruh, have a nice, marvelous, wonderful day, bruh. And this brother was looking me in my eye. I mean, he was intense. If you would have been there, Hebrew, you would have been like, yo, this is an intense brother. Y'all know a lot of thugs and real gangsters, they're intense individuals. This guy was very intense. Okay, I could feel this brother's spirit. Very intense. That's why I say I better turn this radio down and see what this nigga talking about. Okay. And I was like, whoa, this brother is this intense in hollering at another black man. I mean, this brother was passionately intense about me having a wonderful, blessed, I think he even said have a wonderful, blessed, marvelous, safe day. Like, this dude was super intense, super passionate about wishing me a wonderful, marvelous, beautiful, blessed day. And it was totally, I was not expecting that at all. So I came right back at him with the same energy. Okay, I was totally shocked when he caught me way off guard, because niggas don't act like that. He caught me way off guard. So I came right back at him with that same energy, right? I'm thinking it's it. I'm thinking it's over. So he walks in front of my car because he's going somewhere else. So he walks, and then he walks around, start going, and then he turns back, and he looking at me again. Here he is again, looking me deep in my eye. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Y'all know black people don't do this kind of shit, except for when they about to let them fly, or they about to put the wolves on you, do some bullshit. So I'm like, I'm really something is up with this nigga. I don't really know what it is, right? So he looking at me, I'm looking at him, we looking at each other. And then he goes, nigga, you know something. I was like, what the fuck? Now, he didn't go into what it was that I know, and he didn't go into how he know that I know something. I'm asking y'all, what do you guys think? How the hell did this nigga know what I know? But he was correct. Like I said, again, not to toot my own horn. I do know something. I know a few things. Which exactly one of those things was he referring to? I don't know. He didn't bother explaining. I didn't bother asking. But I felt his energy and I knew he knew what he was talking about. He said, nigga, you know something. And he was very intense, very passionate. Okay? He didn't say, hey, do you know something? He didn't say that. He said, he looked me right in my eyes. Y'all, I don't know if you ever been around real thugs or real gangsters, but it's something about when real thugs and real gangsters look you in your eye, if you know what I mean. Nigga looked me right in my eye and said, nigga, you know something. Y'all, I was totally taken aback. And I said, hey, bruh. And that's when he started coming close. I said, nigga, you know something too. I said, this is a confirmation from me and for you from the Most High right here. We can't make this up. He said, I'm going to see you again. Hey, y'all. How did he know that I know something? You think it's a coincidence that he had on the shirt that said, move different? That's also a sign letting you know and me to know. We got to move different out here. Don't be like everybody else. No matter who you are, where you are watching this, do not be like everybody else. Move different. And that happened right after I got finished praying to the Most High, y'all. And as of lately, y'all, since I've been on this Daniel tip, I've been constantly praying to the Most High and asking him to give me signs and wonders to show, to prove to me that he's working with me, that he's leading me, and that I'm going in the right direction. And he's continuing to show signs. I told you right after I got finished praying, that's when this nigga came walking up the street wearing that shirt said, move different. And then he says to me, nigga, you know something. I said, brother, I was thinking that, and you said it. I said, that's a sign right there. That's when he put out his hands and looked up into the heavens. That's what he did, y'all. He said, I'm going to see you again. I said, that's right. I said, brother, you be safe and have a wonderful day. And that's when he reached all the way in my car. And we up there handshaking and doing the jump like we've been knowing each other for 25, 30 years. Hebrews, the Most High is showing signs and wonders all around us, y'all. Don't miss these signs, Hebrews. Open up your eyes. Hebrews, if you haven't hit the like button already, hit the like button. If you haven't shared this video already with somebody, share this video, Hebrew. And now we're going to read. Are you ready, Hebrew? Are you ready to read? Are you ready to read, Hebrew? This book right here. This book right here. People usually get upset when we break this book out because the Roman Catholic Church told everybody, we don't accept this book. This book is not canonized. This book is not of the Most High. That's what they'll tell you. Well, I got a question for anybody who believes that. When did the Most High authorize the heathens or the Gentiles to canonize or to dictate what you're allowed to read and what you're not allowed to read? Can anybody out there answer that question for me? For everybody that wants to come against this book, when did the Most High authorize the heathens, the Gentiles, the Romans, the so-called church? When did the Most High authorize them to say what can be read and what cannot be read? I want to know. I'll tell you when. Never. The Most High never authorized heathen, pagan, Gentile dogs, heathen, pagan, Gentile beasts of the field to tell you what you can and what you can't read. But here's the problem. These last few thousand years, the heathens have dictated everything from what you can read, where you can live, how you should speak, what you call yourself, how you should feel about everything. The heathens literally own most of you guys' heart, minds, and souls. And you're still under their religion. That's why when they say don't read this, don't read that, you don't do it. I'm a very disobedient slave. Everything the slave master tells me not to do, that's just what I'm going to do. And I know that the Most High God is with Daniel. If Daniel had anything to say on any knowledge that he left behind, I know that we're supposed to read it. So I'm getting ready to read it right now, Hebrew. And anybody on this live stream or on the playback, you guys, remember this. Where's it at? Very soon, we're going to be doing a live stream, and we're going to have you guys, the ones of you who said you are willing to share your dreams on camera, you're going to come on here and you're going to go live with me on this channel, and you are going to tell other brothers and sisters about the dream that you had. You never know who you can help with your dream, Hebrew. So here's my email right here on the screen right now, 12tribes1121@gmail.com. If you would like to come on and go live with me and share your dream with the nation of Israel, I need you to email me your email so that I can email you the link, because we have to set that up before we go actually do the live. So anybody out there who sees this, if you're on this live or on the playback, you would like to come on and go live with me, and I'm going to sit back and I'm going to let you guys share your dreams with the nation. Because you never know, Hebrew, the dream that you had might be meant for somebody else. So you gotta, if you wouldn't mind, come on here and share your dream. But you gotta email me right here so that I will have your email, and then I'm going to email you a link, and you'll be able to join. That way, when I go live, you'll be able to step right in at your convenience. Okay? Also, if the Most High puts it on your heart, Hebrew, any Hebrew Israelite out there who would like to donate to the channel, Cash App is right here, $boss at home 1121. If the Most High puts it on your heart to be generous with your brother, we can do it right there. Okay? Now, I want you to break out your pen, break out your pad. Okay? Hit the like button, share this video. Hit the like button and share this video with somebody out there, okay? Grab a pen and a pad. We're reading out of the Apocrypha, okay? And we are going to be reading the history of the destruction of Baal and the dragon. Here it goes, and it reads, the history of the destruction of Baal and the dragon, cut off from the end of Daniel. You heard that right. I want you guys to see that in case you can't see it. You guys see that? Oh, no, you might not. Cut off from the end of Daniel. This, what I'm reading to you guys right now, this was at the end of Daniel, okay? But these heathen, pagan, Gentile beasts took it out. The history of the destruction of Baal and the dragon. Listen good, Hebrew. And King Astyages was gathered to his fathers, and Cyrus of Persia received the kingdom. And Daniel conversed with the king and was honored above all his friends. Now the Babylonians had an idol called Baal. You hear that? The Babylonians. That's not your God. Now the Babylonians had an idol called Baal. And there were spent upon him every day 12 great measures of fine flour, and 40 sheep, and 6 vessels of wine. And the king worshipped it, and went daily to adore it. But Daniel worshipped his own God. And the king said unto him, Why dost not thou worship Baal? Who answered and said, Because I may not worship idols made with hands, but the living God, who hath created the heaven and the earth, and hath sovereignty over all flesh. Then said the king unto him, Thinkest thou not that Baal is a living God? Seest thou not how much he eateth and drinketh every day? The king was like, Daniel, what do you mean? You don't think that Baal is actually alive? You see how much food and drink that Baal consumes every day? Because they would leave food and drink. We just read for him, okay? A lot like your idol, Santa Claus, on Christmas Eve. What do people say? Oh, sit out snacks for Santa. Sit out milk and cookies. I remember being a small kid doing that for Santa. Yeah, putting out milk and cookies for Santa. Yeah, the idol, the devil. That's what this is, y'all. The same kind of stuff that they was doing for Santa Claus. Leave out snacks, cookies, and milk for Santa. They was leaving out snacks and drink and meat and wine for Baal. Then said the king unto him, Thinkest thou not that Daniel, thinkest thou not that Baal is a living God? Seest thou not how much he eateth and drinketh every day? Shows you how gullible the king was too. The king actually thought that Baal was eating this, but watch this. Verse 7. Then Daniel smiled. Why did Daniel smile? Because Daniel knew that was BS. Then Daniel smiled and said, O king, be not deceived, for this is but clay within and brass without, and did never eat or drink anything. Daniel said, King, don't be stupid, O king. Don't fall for this. This is a man-made idol. He's not eating or drinking anything. So the king was wroth. The king got pissed the hell off, y'all. The king got pissed off when Daniel told him that God is made of brass. It's an idol. He don't eat or drink nothing. The king got pissed off, y'all. The same way Christians and Messianics get pissed off when you tell them JC ain't nothing. He ain't doing nothing, ain't never going to do nothing. Christians get very angry. Messianics get very angry at you when you don't believe in their idol. Just like the king got angry. Look, so the king was wroth. So the king was wroth and called for his priests and said unto them, If ye tell me not who this is that devoureth these expensive, ye shall die. The king went and grabbed his priest, the wicked priest, and said, Hey, if y'all niggas don't tell me who's eating all this food and drink I've been putting out, you niggas are going to die. But if ye can certify me that Baal devoureth them, then Daniel shall die, for he hath spoken blasphemy against Baal. The same way Christians accuse you of blasphemy against Christ, IUIC, Messianics will accuse you of blaspheming against an idol, just like the king is doing right here. I hope you guys see the similarities. I'm talking to somebody out there right now. But if you can certify me that Baal devoured them, then Daniel shall die, for he hath spoken blasphemy against Baal. And Daniel said unto the king, Let it be according to thy word. Now the priests of Baal were 70, besides their wives and children, and the king went with Daniel into the temple of Baal. Ooh, you know what? Hold up, y'all. This is the side note right here. It says, now the priests of Baal were 70. If I'm not mistaken, that's 70. 70, besides their wives and children. And the king went with Daniel into the temple of Baal. The reason why I mentioned that 70 being 70, I want to say maybe it's in the book of Enoch or another book. It talks about the 70 shepherds. And these shepherds were wicked shepherds, leading the Most High's people astray. And that just jumped out to my head right now, that the priests of Baal are 70. I believe that's 70 as well. That's why I mentioned that right there for somebody out there who knows what I'm talking about. So Baal's priest said, "Lo, we go out, but thou, O king, set on the meat and make ready the wine, and shut the door fast, and seal it with thine own signet. And tomorrow, when thou comest in, if thou findest not that Baal hath eaten up all, we will suffer death, or else Daniel that speaketh falsely against us." So they said, "Okay, king, put this food and this drink in here and shut the door, and we all gonna leave. And if Baal eats it, then Daniel will die. But if Baal doesn't eat it, then the priest of Baal, we will die." And they little regarded it. For under the table they had made a privy entrance. I'm talking to somebody out there. They told the king, "Hey, king, come out here, set this food up, set this meat up, set this drink up in this altar, in this sanctuary for Baal, and shut the door, and we're going to come back in the morning. And if Baal eats it, then Daniel will have to die, because he spoke blasphemy against our God, which is Baal, a demon." He said, "But if Baal doesn't eat it, then we will suffer death." And it says they thought nothing about it, because under the table they had made a privy entrance, whereby they entered in continually and consumed those things. I'm going to read that verse again. The priest of Baal would continually have the king of Babylon to set up meat and drink in this holy, so-called holy place, temple of Baal. And it says, and they little regarded it, for under the table they had made a privy entrance, whereby they entered in continually and consumed those things. So when they were gone forth, the king set meats before Baal. Now Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those who strewed throughout all the temple in the presence of the king alone. Then went they out and shut the door and sealed it with the king's signet, and so departed. Now in that night came the priests with their wives and children, as they wont to do, and did eat and drink up all. Did you guys hear that? At night when nobody was around, because that's how people do. At night when nobody is around, they would come in and they would eat the meat and they would drink the drink, as they would often do. Okay? And that's what they did on that night. Listen to this. So when they were gone forth, the king set meats before Baal. Now Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those they strewed throughout all the temple in the presence of the king alone. Okay, so Daniel had his men. Daniel had righteous servants under him. Daniel had his men with him and the king standing there, spread ashes all over the floor of the temple of the false god Baal. Then went they out and shut the door and sealed it with the king's signet, and so departed. Now in the night came the priests with their wives and children, as they were wont to do, and did eat and drink up all. In the morning betime, the king arose, and Daniel with him. And the king said, "Daniel, are the seals whole?" And he said, "Yea, O king, they be whole." Verse 18. And as soon as he had opened the door, the king looked upon the table and cried with a loud voice, "Great art thou, O Baal, and with thee is no deceit at all." Y'all hear this? He is crying out. He's crying out to Baal. Eli Barros says, Shalom. Shalom to you, Eli Barros. Eli Barros says, all praises to the Most High alone. Eli Burrows, you are correct, brother. All praises to the Most High in Him only. Listen to this again, y'all. The king says, and as soon as he had opened the door, and the king looked upon the table and cried with a loud voice, great art thou, O Baal, and with thee is no deceit at all. He sounds like a Christian, y'all. This is the Christian of his day. Listen to this, y'all. Then laughed Daniel. So look, Daniel is laughing at this. Here this king is sincere, crying out to his God, giving praises to a demon. And Daniel started laughing because Daniel knows this is BS. It says, then laughed Daniel and beheld the king that he should not go in, and said, behold now the pavement, and mark well those footsteps are these. I'm sorry. Behold now the pavement, and mark well whose footsteps are these. And the king said, I see the footsteps of men, women, and children. And then the king was angry and took the priests with their wives and their children, who showed him the privy doors, where they came in, and consumed each things as were upon the table. So the king grabbed them up and they showed him the back door they had under the table, where they would come in and sneak in every night and eat all of the food and the drink being offered to Baal. Look at this. And the king said, I see the footsteps of men, women, and children. And then the king was angry and took the priests with their wives and their children, who shewed him the privy doors, where they came in, and consumed such things as were upon the table. Therefore the king slew them. He put them to death. Therefore the king slew them and delivered Baal into Daniel's power, who destroyed him and his temple. So what did Daniel do? Daniel kept the Torah. He destroyed that statue or that image of Baal, and he destroyed the temple of Baal. And in that same place where was a great dragon, what did he say? And in that same place there was a great dragon. Hold up. Nah, that must be a misprint. That didn't say what I thought it said. What did this say? And in that same place there was a great dragon. Letting you know that what? Number one, dragons exist. And number two, not all dragons are created equal. It said a great dragon. If there's great dragons, then that means there's lesser dragons. I'm talking to somebody out there. And in that same place, there was a great dragon, which they of Babylon worshipped. And the king said unto Daniel, wilt thou also say that this is of brass? Lo, he liveth, he eateth and drinketh. Thou canst not say that he is no living God. Therefore, worship him. Do y'all see that? That's what the other nations do. The other nations are going to find a way to worship something else or someone else. So now Daniel has destroyed the idol Baal, the statue they had, and he destroyed Baal's temple, and he proved Baal out to be a liar. So now there was a great dragon back there. And the king says, Daniel, you can't say that this dragon is not alive. The scripture said there was a great dragon. The king said, Daniel, we got you now. You can't say that this dragon ain't alive. Look, he's eating, he's drinking, he's great. So worship him. You see that? The pagans, the heathen, pagan Gentiles always want to get the Hebrews to worship anything else. These other nations, sometimes they don't care what they worship. They just want to worship anything other than the God of Israel. Can't make this up, Hebrews. Listen to this. Listen to this, Hebrew. Hold up. The king said, hold up. Then said Daniel unto the king. Let me back it. I'm going to back it up. And the king said unto Daniel, wilt thou also say that this is of brass? Lo, he liveth. He eateth and drinketh. Thou canst not say he is no living God. Therefore, worship him. He's trying to persuade Daniel. Then said Daniel unto the king, I will worship the Lord my God, for he is the living God. But give me leave, O king, and I shall slay this dragon without sword or staff. The king said, I give thee leave. Daniel is trying to show these people, okay, already destroyed your god Baal, put that to rest. Now y'all trying to get me to worship this great dragon. Daniel says, I'll slay this dragon without a sword. Daniel is out to slay all idols, in case you don't get it, Hebrew. But give me leave, O king, and I shall slay this dragon without sword or staff. The king said, I give thee leave. Then Daniel took pitch and fat and hair, and did soothe them together, and made lumps thereof. This he put in the dragon's mouth. And so the dragon burst in sunder. And Daniel said, lo, these are the gods ye worship. Do you see that? Daniel said, do you see how easily I destroyed your God without a staff or a sword? And these are the kind of stuff that you niggas want me to worship. I just killed your God. And that's what you want me to worship. King David says, facts. They will rather worship a bag of dookie than the truth and be dead ass serious about it. Facts, King David. The other nations, they don't care what they necessarily worship. They just know they ain't worshiping the God of Israel. First, they wanted to worship Baal. Daniel proved Baal out to be a liar, and he proved the wicked priest of Baal. Just like today, we proving Christianity out to be a liar, and we're proving Christian pastors out to be the priest of Baal. It's the same thing, y'all. All the gods that they worship, we're destroying those gods. Daniel destroyed Baal, destroyed his temple, destroyed the thought or the idea that Baal was eating that food and drinking the drink when it was really the priest. Now Daniel says, I'm going to kill this dragon. Since you guys worship this dragon, I'm going to take this dragon out and see how y'all feel about that. Once again, and Daniel said, lo, these are the gods ye worship. Like, y'all niggas are crazy. Check this out, Hebrew. They left this out of the Holy Bible. This is the end of Daniel. When they of Babylon heard that, they took great indignation. They were pissed. Same way Christians get pissed when you prove JC out to be a demon, a devil, and a liar. Christians get pissed. Okay? They get very, very angry. When they of Babylon heard that, they took great indignation and conspired against the king, saying, the king is become a Jew. They're like, nigga, you let Daniel influence you. Daniel didn't destroy Baal. Now he done killed the dragon that we worship. King Daniel is converting you to be a Jew. And he have destroyed Baal. He have slain the dragon and put the priest to death. So they came to the king and said, deliver us Daniel, or else we will destroy thee and thine house. Y'all don't hear that. The Babylonians got so mad. The regular, everyday demons in Babylon got so pissed. They rolled up on the king and said, hey, nigga, hand Daniel over to us or we're going to kill you and your family. And y'all, now don't that sound just like some niggas right there? King David says, and in scripture, the Most High said, y'all forget me for Baal, saying that he's me. Sound like JC and Black JC. Just a spit off Baal, and people swear up and down that's the Most High in the flesh. So many getting work for idols. Facts, King David. That's all this is, y'all. That's all this is, y'all. That's all this is, y'all. I remember one time, y'all, I was in a restaurant. I think it was Carolina Kitchen. I saw a painting up there. This was some kind of black image, and the name they had over that image, y'all ain't gonna believe it, y'all. It was a black image, and the image said Bell. You know, some people spell it B-E-L, some people spell it B-A-A-L. The image that I saw at that restaurant was a painting of a black image, and it said Bell over top of it. Kids, you not. And of course, as soon as I saw that, I said, right in your face, right there. I'm not lying to you, Hebrew. Listen to this. When they of Babylon heard that, they took great indignation. They were pissed and conspired against the king, saying, the king has become a Jew and have destroyed Baal. He have slain the dragon and put the priest to death. So they came to the king and said, deliver us, Daniel, or else we will destroy thee and thine house. Then when the king saw they pressed him sore, being constrained, he delivered Daniel unto them. The king was afraid, y'all. They were so deep and so riled up, the king was afraid. They was deep, y'all. Check this out. They left this out of the Bible. Now, when the king saw that they pressed him sore, being constrained, he delivered Daniel unto them, who cast him into the lion's den, where he was 6 days. Family, do you guys hear this? This is the second go round. Daniel got thrown into the lion's den a second time. They left this out of the Old Testament, y'all. They left this out of the end of Daniel, y'all. Daniel is an old man at this point. They threw him to the lion's den again, because that was a practice that they used to do in Babylon. Just like the Romans, feeding niggas to lions. That's where the Romans got it from. They threw Daniel in a lion's den again, you guys. You see why they took this out? You see why they took this out? The Most High will test you in the younger days, in the latter days, period. Sometimes the Most High will double back, okay? Those who endure are the ones who are going to come out on top. Clearly, Daniel was a soldier and a warrior, because Daniel endured all kind of stuff, and he always hung in there. They threw him to the lion's den again. Now, when the king saw that they pressed him sore, being constrained, he delivered Daniel unto them, who cast him into the lion's den, where he was 6 days. Now, if you think that that's something, listen to this. And in the den there were 7 lions, and they had given them every day 2 carcasses and 2 sheep, which then were not given to them, to the intent they might devour Daniel. Listen to this, Hebrews. I want you guys to really listen to this. If you haven't hit the like button already, I don't know what you're waiting on. If you're not subscribed to this channel right now, Hebrew, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications so that you get all notifications. Share this video with somebody. Somebody out there. This is life-changing information out there to those who can receive it out there. This is Daniel's second go-round. You can get tried as a young man or a young woman. You can get tried as an old man. Daniel is an old man at this time, being thrown into the lion's den again. Again. Why did they take this out of your Holy Bible? Because they don't want you to know the whole story. And in the den there were 7 lions, and they had given them every day 2 carcasses and 2 sheep, which then they were not given to them, to the intent they might devour Daniel. They used to feed these lions 2 dead bodies and 2 sheep every single day, but they starved them out because they said, we're going to make sure that they rip Daniel to smithereens. I'm sure they probably had heard about Daniel surviving the lion's den the first go round. But you guys know in the first go around, he was in the lion's den for 1 night. It was just one night. In this last go round, Daniel was in the lion's den for 6 days, Hebrew. I'm talking to somebody out there, Hebrew. I'm talking to somebody out there. King David says, speaking of lions, I had one way before the truth. Somehow I was back in my old house. I was walk outside and I surrounded by lions and I touched them and it felt so real in the dream. I swear on the Most High that happened. Hey, King David, I believe you, brother. King David says, and no, I'm not saying I'm Daniel, before people put words in my mouth. I still got sins I need to work on, even to be close to that level, but I know a switch in my journey gonna happen. That's right. That's right. All praises, brother King David, and you are right, King David. I'm telling y'all, we are on the verge. We on the verge of getting more confirmation, more signs and wonders, deliverances for Jacob. Okay? And in the den were 7 lions, and they had given them every day 2 carcasses and 2 sheep, which then were not given to them, to the intent they might devour Daniel. Now there was in Jewry a prophet called Habakkuk. Do you hear this? Have you guys ever heard of Uncle Habakkuk out there? I'm sure you guys have heard of Uncle Habakkuk. He's an Old Testament prophet. Habakkuk was alive in the time of Daniel. You're reading about it right here. Listen to this. Check this out. Now there was in Jewry a prophet called Habakkuk who had made pottage and had broken bread in a bowl and was going into the field for to bring it to the reapers. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, go, carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. So Habakkuk had made some dinner for the people working outside, and he was getting ready to take it to him, and an angel of the Lord showed up and said, hey, Habakkuk, carry this dinner that you made to Babylon unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. Do y'all hear this? And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon. Habakkuk saying, Babylon? Most High, I never been to Babylon. I don't even know where that is. And I definitely don't know where no lion's den is in Babylon. I don't even know how to get to Babylon. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon. Neither do I know where the den is. Listen to this. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. That's instant teleportation. You reading about literal instant teleportation right here in the Bible. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. And Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which God hath sent thee. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O God, neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. That's a message to you, Hebrew. So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his own place again immediately. Do you know what that means? That's instant teleportation. He came from wherever he was. He wasn't in Babylon. He says he didn't even know where Babylon was, and he didn't know where the lion's den was. The Most High sent the angel, grabbed him by the crown and his hair. With his vehemency, it says, put him to Babylon, put him right over the lion's den. And then he called out to Daniel, said, hey, Daniel, come and get this dinner plate that God made for you. And then what did Daniel do? Daniel cried out to the Most High and says, and Daniel arose and did eat, And the angel of the Lord sent Habakkuk in his own place immediately. Upon the 7th day, the king went to bewail Daniel. And when he came to the den, he looked in, and behold, Daniel was sitting. Then cried the king with a loud voice, saying, Great art thou, O Lord God of Daniel, and there is none other beside thee. And he drew him out and cast those that were the cause of his destruction into the den, and they were devoured in a moment before his face. All praises to the Most High God. That was the end of the book of Daniel, which these heathen, pagan, Gentile dogs decided to take out. Eli Barrows says, Uncle Daniel knew better. Thou shalt have no other powers before me. Exodus 20:3. That's right, Eli Barrows. Uncle Daniel knew that, and he knew better. And you know what, too? It proves that the legend of how great that Uncle Daniel was got out amongst the multiple generations of Babylon. Because the first time he got thrown in the lion's den, it was just for one night. But this second go round, Daniel was in there for 7 days. Hebrew. On the 7th day, the king came to him, bewailing Daniel, expecting him to be dead. Which also goes to show me the legend of Daniel from him surviving the first time in the lion's den, that spread throughout Babylon. So you know what these wicked Babylonians said? We gonna make sure this nigga don't survive this time. Because last time he only stayed one night and he survived. This time, we gonna let that nigga stay in there for 7 days. It's no way he can survive 7 days. When they told you it was 7 lions in there, and every day they would feed them 2 dead bodies and 2 sheep. But they stopped feeding them because they were trying to set Daniel up. They stopped feeding them, and then they threw Daniel in there. And this time they said, not just for 1 day, you're gonna stay a whole week in there. And there's no way you can survive in there with those hungry, starving lions for a whole week. And here we go again. Daniel survived again. Family, that's the seed and the bloodline that we come from, you guys. The house of Israel, whatever tribe you from. You guys got that same ability in you to be just as mighty as Daniel. You got that same ability in you, Hebrew, to be just as mighty as Daniel, to be just as courageous. This is why they don't want us reading books like this, which is actually a part of the Holy Bible. But the Roman Catholics told you we don't accept that, so many of our people don't accept it. But as I told you, I am a very disobedient slave. I don't listen to my slave masters. I listen to the true master, the Most High God, and him alone. Okay? Hebrews, anybody who's on here who haven't hit the like button yet, hit that like button so that this video will get shared with your other brothers and sisters. Share this video with somebody. Also, very soon we will be doing a live in the next few weeks. We're going to come on, and anybody who wants to share their dream with the nation, you can come on my channel. You're going to go live with me. Okay? And when you go live, I'm going to let you have the floor, and you are going to speak. You're going to talk, and you're going to share the dream that the Most High gave you with the nation of Israel, and we're going to be all ears. But in order for us to do that, I have to email you the link to that particular live. So if you would like to come on and go live with me and share your testimony, share your dream, email me at email. It's right here on the screen. My email is 12tribes1121@gmail.com. Email me and say, yo, bro, I want to come on and share my dream. And then I'm going to email you a link. You're going to click on that link and you're going to follow the instructions. Because before we can go live together, we got to set it up behind the scenes. And the way that we set it up so that you can come on there, you got to accept the link. But you can't do it while I'm going live. We have to do that before we go live so I can set it up right. So anybody who wants to come on live and share your dream, again, email me at 12tribes1121@gmail.com so I can email you the invite link to my live. And then that way I'll be able to bring you on and you can share your dream and we can see what we can get from your dream. Because the Most High said he was going to give us dreams in these end times, y'all. And these are the end times. I hope that somebody has been blessed about this video. I hope that you've been enlightened. I hope that you've found comfort in hearing these words. These are not my words. These are the words of your God. Okay? Like this video. Share this video with somebody out there. In Hebrews, I will catch you guys on the next one. If any of you guys came in here late, make sure you go all the way back to the beginning and watch it all. Eli Barrow says, I just wanted to share my dream. Okay, bet. Hey, Eli Barrows, would you be willing to come on and go live when I go live? Not today, obviously, but some point like within the next, in under 30 days, I'm getting everybody who wants to share their dreams, and we're going to all do one big live, and I'm going to have all of y'all on here at the same time. And you guys are going to come on and share. Are you interested in coming on and going live? Then when we do that, you can show your face or you can hide your face. Either way, but we can definitely hear your voice if you came on the live stream. And you could talk. On the camera, you can show your face if you want. If you don't want to show your face, you don't have to show your face. But you are definitely more than welcome to come on and show your dream. Brother, I will need you to email me. Let me put my email back up there again. For anybody watching, that is my email right there, Hebrews. All praises to the Most High God, the God of Israel. Like I said, family, if any of you guys on here watching right now and you came in late, if you didn't see the whole thing, go back to the very beginning, Hebrews, and watch this all the way through. Share this video with somebody. In Hebrews, unless you guys got anything that you would like to say in the chat, I think I'm getting ready to get on up out of here. King David says, good lesson, Tav X. Tav X, Hebrews, purity and becoming one. Glad you enjoyed it, Brother King David. And you guys, what do you think about that instant teleportation right there? Daniel was knee-deep in the lion's den, and the Most High came to Habakkuk and sent the angel of the Lord and said, Habakkuk, take this dinner plate to Daniel. Do you guys see the lengths that the Most High God will go through to provide for you when you stay faithful to him? I would like to know what was going through Daniel's mind as he's in the lion's den this time, not only for one day, but for 6 days. What was on Daniel's mind when he saw the prophet Habakkuk show up? Daniel probably was like, hey, yo, Habakkuk, you're not even here in Babylon. How did you get here? How did you find your way? Who told you I was in here, Habakkuk? It probably was all kind of thoughts, y'all, running through Daniel's mind. And it probably was all kind of thoughts running through Habakkuk's mind when he told God, I don't know how to get to Babylon. I never been to Babylon. And I definitely don't know where the lion's den is at. The angel came and grabbed him by his crown. Vehemently, it says in his spirit. And just like that, had him at Babylon over top of the lion's den. That's instant teleportation, y'all. You think the Most High won't go through astronomical steps to get his mission accomplished? He is the Most High God. It's nothing for the Most High God to do a miracle on your behalf, Hebrew. King David says, do it now in the Most High name only. They will say voodoo. Even Torah only will say witchcraft. It's different reading it and living it. Facts, King David. Facts, King David. Instant teleportation. That would be like somebody, let's say in theory, right? Let's say these devils put you in prison, King David, and said, hey, let's say they made it a crime to worship the Most High only. They saw you on YouTube talking this Most High only crap, and they threw you in a cell block down in Texas somewhere, in a jail that I've never heard of. I've never been to Texas. I don't know where Texas jail is at, but let's say that these devils threw you in jail for worshiping the Most High and him only, somewhere deep in the heart of Texas. That would be like you being in jail in Texas for worshiping the Most High only, and I'm here in the DMV cooking dinner, get ready to take it outside, and the Most High says, hey, real talk, take this dinner plate over to King David in jail in Texas. And that's like me saying, hey, Most High, I never been to Texas. I don't know how to get there. And I definitely don't know what jail King David is in. That would be like the angel then immediately grabbing me, transporting me just like that. All of a sudden, me and the food that I got is in Texas at the jail in King David's cell. And King David, you just look up and you be like, oh, snap. Mr. Real Talk, how the hell you get in my cell? How'd you get down? Who told you I was in jail, Mr. Real Talk? And then you cry out to God and say, Most High, thank you. You've remembered me. And then just like that, the angel grabbed me. And just like that, I'm back in D.C., the DMV. Instant teleportation. You guys, see, many of you only believe miracles when you want to. A lot of you out there really don't understand, think, or even believe the Most High can really get down with the miraculous wonders. Just like King David says, I'll read it again. Do it now. And when he says do it now, he's speaking about instant teleportation. What we talking about, do it now in the Most High name only. They will say voodoo. Even Torah only will say witchcraft. It's different reading it and living it. Exactly. And I say it all the time. Most Hebrew Israelites will only accept spiritual activity when they read about it in the book. When it actually can show up in the physical real world, they're going to run for the hills. They're going to be scared to death because they're going to say it's voodoo. King David says, that's Dragon Ball Z. I told people them other nations be marking off history. People say faith. Exactly, King David. El Barro says, yes, I can share it, but my English is not that accurate. My main language is Portuguese. But years ago, the Most High showed me which tribe I came from. That's where I became Yah only. I was a Christian. Hey, all praises to the Most High God alone for that, El Barros. Hey, shout out to you, El Barros. Hey, bruh. El Barros, I thank you for sharing that with us, brother. And you say, yes, I can share it, but my English is not that accurate. Hey, brother, it's all good. Trust me, we gonna get it, brother. We are gonna get it, and we gonna work with you and you're gonna take your time, and we're gonna be all ears, bruh. And you're gonna take as long as you need to break it down to us. What I need you to do is I need you and everybody else who would like to share their dream, email me at 12tribes1121@gmail.com. That way I will have your email, and then I will be able to send you the invite link. So in about 2 to 3 weeks, when we go live and we have that live, you'll be able to come right on in and you'll be able to share your dream with us, brother. I look forward to hearing it. And I'm glad to see that the Most High opened your eyes, Eli Barros, and showed you who you are. And you said my original language is Portuguese. Interesting. And brother, you know that It's a known fact. The word Negro is Spanish. It's a Spanish word for black. And a Spanish word because the Negroes that were in Portuguese in Spain, it's a known fact that those people are descendants from King David. That's the house of David, the real Portuguese, the real Spain. So it's not a surprise you say your main language is Portuguese when a lot of the house of David was in Portugal. Makes sense, brother. It makes a lot of sense. Eli Barrows. King David says, it's still blowing my mind, though, learning that today, instant transmission, that's beyond speed we can think of without be damaged. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. The first time I heard that, I was like, yo, are you kidding me? This is literal instant teleportation. Just like that. It's almost like, you know what? I guess a portal, maybe something like a portal. Go in this spot, come out one spot, you see somewhere else totally different. King David says, I see why they fear us and want us to sin and hate each other. The power of the Most High can do when he use us. Yes, King David. See, they don't want you to know this, y'all. They don't want you to know that instant teleportation is possible. And Habakkuk is in your Old Testament. How come they didn't let you know in the Old Testament that Habakkuk and Daniel knew each other? Now, I don't know if that's their first meeting or not. That may have been their first meeting. But why did they leave that out of the Bible? Because they don't want you to know about instant teleportation. Can't make this up. Can't make this up. You serve a supernatural God. The God of the Hebrews is not like all these other gods out here, y'all. And anybody, like I said, we're going to be going live in about 2 weeks, maybe 3 at the most. Everybody can come on and share their dreams. Email me your email, family. The link is in the description with my email. It's 12tribes1121@gmail.com. J.R. Meadows says, of Worldwide Unity Hebrew Israelite fam, 100 content. Thank you, brother J.R. Meadows. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all Hebrews out there. I got nothing but love for y'all. And any of you Hebrew Israelites out there, any of you Gentiles out there, if the Most High puts it on your heart to bless your brother, my Cash App info is right there on the screen. $ boss at home 1121 is also in the video description. Okay, if the Most High puts it on your heart to bless your brother, you can do it right there. Also, if you want to share your dream on this channel, okay, many people are quick to write people off when they say, oh, I had a dream. We don't do that around here. If you had a dream, we would love to hear it. I know that there's tons of other brothers and sisters who would love to hear it. And if you want to share, there's my email right there, 12tribes1121@gmail.com. All you got to do is email me and say, hey, broski, I want to share my dream with the nation. And then I'm going to send you an invite link. You're going to click that link and accept it, and you will be notified when we go live in 2 to 3 weeks. That way you can come right on down and start to share your dreams. And I'm sure when we do that, I'm going to make sure that that live stream is going to be on a Saturday evening, y'all. Probably sometime anywhere between 6 and 8 o'clock. We're going to go live on a Saturday evening, and we're going to let people come up and share their dreams, y'all. I can't wait. I can't wait. King David says, I'm saying our God is too powerful for us not to witness supernatural things. People got to be crazy. Don't think this stuff didn't happen to our creatures. We think it's fake, don't exist. Facts, King David. Facts. That's why they don't want you reading. That's why they know that they can hide information from you in a book. That's why they made it a crime for you to read. And the Roman Catholic Church says, no, we don't accept that. That's not canonized. Nigga, canonized by who? A filthy, stinking Roman Catholic pagan dog? We don't give a damn what y'all Catholics give the green light to read or don't give the green light. You're the mass murderers of the earth. You're the most vilest, wickedest, demonic, satanic people on planet Earth. You think we care about what you got to say? You don't know anything about the God of Israel. Your God is Lucifer, so mind your own business. Your God is Baal, so go worship your own demonic, satanic God. That's all you're good for. Lying, stealing, and killing, and idolatry. So we read about Daniel destroying the temple of Baal, destroying the idol Baal. We read about Daniel destroying a dragon. Daniel killed a dragon, y'all. These Babylonians wanted to worship the dragon because it was a great dragon, not just a regular little old dragon. Letting you know, number one, dragons are real. Letting you know, number two, not all dragons are created equal. This says this was a great dragon, which means I know people were scared to death of this thing. And I know somebody want to come and will try to water it down, whether you want to say it was a huge, vicious dinosaur or whether it was a flying dragon. Just like you got different kind of birds, not all birds fly. Not all dragons are the same. Dinosaurs, I'm sure, probably were a form of dragon, but then you got the dragons that can fly. Dinosaurs that can fly. Dragons, nigga. It ain't no way around it. Dragons are real, and it was a great dragon. Daniel slew that dragon because the Babylonians wanted to worship it. They even tried to get Daniel to worship it. The king said, Daniel, you can't say that this is not a living God. Look how much he eats and drinks every day. Look how big he is. Probably said, look how scared of him everybody is. Daniel laughed. Daniel says, you give me permission, I'll take this guy out without a sword. I'll slay that dragon without a sword. With your permission, O king. The king said, you got my permission. And then Daniel made his little homemade concoction, put it in the dragon's mouth, letting you know too, Daniel was fearless. Daniel was fearless to go and put something like that, to go and put anything in a great dragon's mouth. Daniel had to be fearless, Hebrew. Did you ever think about that? And what Daniel fed that dragon made him bust from the inside out. He exploded. He busted. And Daniel said, this the God y'all worship? Look what I did to him. And then the people in Babylon got pissed. They said, this the last fucking straw. Grab that nigga. And they put him in the lion's den instead of only one night. This time they put him in there for 6 nights. Eli Barrow says, I'm very aware of that, but at first I thought I was from Judah, but the Most High surprised me. He called me Levi. I almost died because I was too scared, but I thank the Most High. That's right. And you know what? That's something, brother Eli Barrows. You said, he called me Levi. I'm almost died because I was too scared. It's something about hearing from the Most High. That thing can be a very terrifying ordeal. As the majority of people I know who've actually heard from the Most High, when they tell their story, they let you know they were scared to death. And it sounds like you definitely had an encounter with the Most High, brother Eli Barrows. And at first you thought you was Judah, but he called you Levi. I can dig that, brother. Because Benjamin, Judah, and Levi make up the kingdom of Judah. And also, the Levites, part of the Levites, since they didn't have an inheritance, part of the Levites went with every single tribe. So the Levites was, a little bit of Levites was with the Manassites, the tribe of Issachar, the tribe of Naphtali, the tribe of Dan. Like all the tribes had a little bit of Levi go with them, because the Levitical priests had to be the ones helping all the tribes understand. I love it when a plan comes together. Y'all, we can clearly see the Most High is moving in these end times, y'all. He's waking us up. He's waking us up, and he's bringing us back. It is him and him alone who's putting the spirit on our hearts to make us go after him with all we got. Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. Once again, remember, Hebrews, anybody who wants to share their dream, I encourage you guys, hit me up with an email so that I can have your email. Just let me know you want to share your dream. That way I can send you the invite link and you can get taken care of. So when we go live in 2 to 3 weeks with that live, you can come on in front of the nation and you can share your dream with all of us. And whoever will be blessed by it will be blessed. Hit the like button, Hebrews. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. Peace, blessings, love, and safety to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered into all nations. I love all of you guys out there, whether you're in the UK, in Russia, in China, Germany, New York, Boogie Down Bronx, Chicago, Florida, Manhattan, New Jersey, Denver, Missouri, St. Louis, New Orleans, Texas, Kansas City, Nevada, Omaha, Maine, San Francisco, Compton, wherever you are, Hebrews, Mexico, Central America, Guatemala, West Africa. We in all nations we've been scattered into, y'all. The Most High is putting the spirit on us to come home, y'all. Come home, family. Worship the Most High and Him alone. I hope you guys have been edified by this video. I'll catch you in Hebrews on the next one. I love you all. Peace, Hebrew.